Hello everyone, myself Pawan Suravanshi and today's date is 3rd September. Today we will discuss about the inheritance in Java. We will discuss about the topics like what is inheritance, what are the types of inheritance and what are the uses of inheritance, what are the things that required, why we use the inheritance in Java. Uh, let's start. First of all is what is inheritance. Inheritance means we are creating a new class by using the existing class in a such a manner that the new class having all the properties of the existing class in it, and when the object creation we can create the object of new class. Then the thing is like inheritance mean that's having some one a parent class and one is child class, and the child class is acquiring all the properties of parent class, and when the object is creating we are creating the object of child class. And it's also called as a superclass. Parent class also called as a superclass, and the child class also called as a subclass. And the next is what are the things in inheritance. Inheritance we are using the extend keyword to extend the data of the parent class to child class. And the next thing is in the inheritance we are using only the method overriding concept. And why, and the next thing is what is the need of inheritance, why we use the inheritance in Java. In for the code reusability we are using the inheritance in Java. That means if we are writing 1,000 line of code for a task, that means a task one, there is a task one and we are writing 1,000 line of code for the task one. And the next, when there is comes a task two, the task two and task one are majorly similar, but in that case also we have to write the 1,000 line of code. But when we use the inheritance, in that case we can reuse the code of task 1 for the task 2. That's the acquiring property of task 1 in the task 2 for the code reusability. In this code reusability we can manage the memory sufficiently. And the extend keyword, we consider class 1 is a parent class and class 2 is a child class. Class 1 is having int a equal to 10 and class 2 is having the int b equal to 10. In that case, how we can access the class 1 property in class 2 and how we can create the object. In the class 2, we can extend that as a class 2 extend class 1, and in that case by using the extend keyword we can acquire the property of class 1, and when the object is creating we can creating the object of child class, because child class having the major contents and compared to the parent class. The next thing is what are the types of inheritance. Inheritance have mainly 5 types, but in Java we are using 3 or 4 types only. The types are single inheritance, multiple inheritance, multi-level inheritance, and the hierarchical inheritance. We will discuss the all the types one by one. Let's start as a first thing is simple inheritance. Simple inheritance is also called as a single inheritance or simple inheritance. In that we are having a parent class and a child class only. That means the same example as class 1 and class 2. Class 1 is a parent class and class 2 is a child class. In that case we extend the class 2 extends class 1. In this time the class 2 is acquiring the value property of class 1. The next thing is multi-level inheritance. The meaning of multi-level is one is a superclass and the another is a subclass. Multiple levels in a level the subclasses are forming. In that case there is a one superclass and many subclasses. In how we can acquire one superclass, class 1, and these subclasses are multiple. Let's consider class 1 is a superclass and class 2, class 3 are the subclasses. In that case how we can extend the extending purpose, we can extend the superclass as a class 2 extend class 1 and class 3 extend class 2. In this manner we can extend, and when the object creation comes, that major property which class having in that child class object we can create. The next is the multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance in it doesn't exist in the inheritance because there are some rules and conditions, and the ambiguity occurs when we try to uh, perform the multiple inheritance. Because in the multiple inheritance having the two superclasses and one subclass, and in that case there are two superclasses. How we can extend the data? We only need one superclass in inheritance to extend the data to the child class. In that case, if you are having the two superclass, the ambiguity occur, because when the object is creating, the object is like what the superclass, there are two superclass, by which superclass we can take the object, and so that ambiguity occur. But in the Java we can use the multiple inheritance in the interfaces concept. By using the interface we can perform the multiple inheritance also, but not in this time. The next thing is hierarchical inheritance. The thing is that what is hierarchical inheritance? Hierarchical inheritance means here is having one superclass and there are many subclasses. How the differentiation between the multi-level inheritance and the hierarchical inheritance is that in there is also one superclass and multiple subclasses, and in hierarchical inheritance also there is one superclass and many subclasses. But the difference is that in the multiple inheritance there is child classes are connected to each other, one superclass then child class. But in hierarchical inheritance the thing is completely changed. In hierarchical inheritance, one is superclass, and consider there are three subclasses. But the three subclasses are connected to the superclass, but not in this multi-level inheritance. The all the classes not connected to the superclass. But in the hierarchical inheritance, the all the subclasses or child classes are directly connected to the parent class. In this time, these are the four types of the inheritance. The uses of the inheritance, I also said that for the code reusability, we can reuse the code in multiple times, and we can create the multiple objects, and we can perform the multiple tasks for using the one code only. But if you are creating in different languages, we have to create the multiple objects. Thank you.